Welcome to my page. Today I'm going to speak briefly on one of the concepts in my theory, the social basis for existence of organizations, as published in New Generation School International magazine. I want us to briefly look at organizations as pillars for nations. You will notice that people look up to government in their organizations for assistance, but oftentimes they are disillusioned, they are disappointed that they can't get much help from government. On the contrary, government depends on organizations and institutions to achieve its own objectives. Rather than you to depend on government, is the other way around. It's government that depends on you, depends on institutions, both public and private institutions. Why public institutions are created by government to aid its operations, generate revenue, or collect revenue, acquire its special services. Private institutions exist for defined roles, defined objectives, and for private companies, they have to also, in addition to those roles, pay taxes to the government, pay duties, pay levies, and other charges. And all these things are part of internal generated revenue that government uses to sustain its operations. So why then do government not go all the way out to strengthen institutions, companies, since they depend on it, since they are very useful? The truth is, it is about input and output. Government cannot make more input, otherwise the output will be less than the input. So government wants more of output than input. That's why government grows. That's how economy grows, because it's more of output than input. They make more than they put in. Therefore, a lot of public institutions are left unattended to. They are expected to maximize the little resources they have. They are building their infrastructure, the manpower, to generate as much as possible, while the private companies are also expected to leverage on their small capital, their small assets, to generate revenue for themselves and also for the government. By doing that, government will now depend on these institutions to survive and then to do better. Right? So that is what we are saying. It is possible also for an individual to treat his organization as a government, as a corporate body, by continuously investing on itself so that it will grow into a large organization with high net worth. And then if there are some units within the corporate body, to also continue to invest in each of these subunits, and then as they continue to carry out their specialized roles and services, they will continue to grow. And then as you do stepwise investment in all these companies and organizations, subunits, they sum up to make up the entire spectrum of the organizational activities. So that is the concept, one of the concepts in the social basis for existing organizations. You will notice that the organizations that actually earn higher or highest are organizations or people that are working in companies that earn a lot of revenue, they generate revenue, because sometimes they are allowed to retain some part of the revenue generated. So by the time they plow it back, it will be possible for the workers to earn more from such retained revenue. Does it mean then that people that provide essential services other than income generating are not important? That's not what it means. The truth is that those institutions were originally created to generate revenue for government. And other institutions, supporting institutions, are also created to help those institutions that are created for revenue generation to remain in operation. Police, the military, information services, the immigration services, they all assist the revenue generating companies to be able to generate more revenue for government, so that the government will be able to carry out its operations. So it is not possible for government, therefore, to come to invest in private companies, to invest in public institutions without generating higher than they have invested, because by doing that they will run down. So what we're saying therefore is that apart from traditional way of making that money, there are other vital reasons that government exists, that organizations exist. So those vital reasons is the social basis for the existence of organization, not necessarily the money. Because you cannot tell me that the reason why government allow you to register your company is because of the money you are going to make. No, it is because of the role you are going to play. Maybe run a restaurant in the neighborhood to provide food for the people. People don't care about your revenue, whether you are making money or not. All they care about is that they are able to find food to eat in a restaurant. When you provide delivery services, people don't care about whether you are making money from delivering cargo to destinations. All they care about is that this company is existing for the purpose of delivering cargo to my destination, to destinations of their choice. And once you are able to do any of those, you remain socially relevant. Same with non-governmental organizations. People do not care about the benefit of such non-governmental organizations to the individuals that set it up. All they care about is that these organizations are existing for promotion of unity, for promotion of intra-regional trade, for promotion of creativity, for promotion of this or that, to help the disadvantaged children. That's all they care about. It doesn't have to benefit the founders. Therefore, that reason why they are set up is a social basis for the existence of the organization. Okay, so both private and public companies, especially public companies, it is their sum total of their organization, of the activities that make up the government activity, and it is sum total of those individual activities, those services that we render that give relevance to the existence of the organization, and that what sum up to make up an organization what it is. So that is what we are saying, and I will speak to you in my next video and explain to you more how or different reasons why organizations exist rather than for the purpose of making money. But that is to say that money is not important, because that is traditional rule as far as private companies are concerned. But not all organizations have the same aim and objectives. That's what we're saying. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.